Now this side here, these two wires, these two ends are touching together. These are the ends that are going to go to the battery. This end here is hot, which means it's producing electricity. As you can see, even though this solar panel is faced totally away from the sun, exactly opposite of the sun, and it's under a patio cover in the shade, you can see that it's the charge controller is showing by way of this little yellow LED light that this thing is putting out electricity and then it's charging. So that tells you if it's charging or not, this yellow light. The green light, when this comes on, that means that it is charged. That means that the battery has enough electricity in it, enough of a charge, that it doesn't need any more. In most cases, as you can see on this particular one, it's 14.2 volts is the shut off. That's the charged amount, it won't charge over that amount into your batteries. So we're not there yet. That's why the yellow light is on. Now back to our meter here, our test meter. I'm going to turn it back on to volts, and I'm going to put the black to the black and the red to the red, and totally facing the solar panel, totally facing away from the sun, going through this charge controller. You can see that right now it's putting out 6.72 volts. It's fluctuating between 6.2 and 6.73 volts. Right now it went to 6.71 volts. And that's pointed away from the sun. Right now it is putting out 6.7 volts. So let's just see what happens if we turn this around in the shade. Okay, we're still under the patio in the shade, and still with all that being said, we are putting out 11.96 volts. Not quite enough for a battery, you know, for a good charge on a battery, but that says quite a bit for this thing being in the shade right now, that it's still putting out, what, 11.9 volts. I would imagine that would still charge a battery, but very, very slowly, if at all. So really this thing belongs out in the sunlight, out in the direct sunlight, and with that it'll charge the battery just fine. So I'll see right now it's up to 12.02 volts. So even in the shade this works pretty good. Remember, these two wires are hot now. It is putting out almost 12 volts here in the shade. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take the solar panel out into the direct sunlight and demonstrate the voltage that it's producing out in the direct sunlight. And also we're going to hook a battery up to it and show you how to charge a battery. It's pretty simple, straightforward, nothing you probably haven't already done before.